Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashim Shabrakatan, Bashim Kakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostle greatness strong of the world, Spamnash, DC Camp, another lesson for the hopeful elect. Yes, on the screen you have the presidents of Germany, right? The EU country, the NATO member, uh, expressing his displeasure with the United States and approach to attacking Iran, and it's just a sad part. That's a bitter pill they have to deal with now because they know that their end is coming near. The end is approaching. The end of their alliance is approaching. The so-called NWO is fracturing apart because the people at the bottom, the laborers, the nations of the world, the poor nations of the world, they are beginning to complain and petition, to be be the how you say it, be the captain of their own destiny. They want to have that sovereignty cemented, and it's just a bitter pill for Esau to swallow, and they can't, they can't contain that desire for people to be free. So conflict has to ensue. That's what the Roman Empire, the colonies are revolting. Now they have to secure their dominance. Okay, so now you have German president warns of deep rift with the U.S. So that's just what happens, when Amalek gets into the fray. It becomes an unstable situation among the other Edomite tribes. That the world is becoming more unstable because they know about the costs of war, World War One and World War Two, and they have a population that is on the brink of going apeshit on their behind. If this chaos, let me just say, when this chaos gets out of hand. So, when you have a population that is ready, to get down and dirty, Germany is no joke. And then you have France, and you have the Netherlands, you have the UK, and then you have Ireland, you have those other European countries, Switzerland, and then Spain also. It's going to be so much chaos when this conflict goes into overdrive. So the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, tells you that the fracturing of a sound doctrine, of sound words of wisdom in Esau's nation is not holding firm because the least of the flock has hijacked, the system of resolution. The system of deliberation has been hijacked, and they cannot see eye to eye anymore. So the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and 7, concerning Edom, Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. Shall talk about what? Um, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yeah, so the voice of reasoning has gone out the window, has gone down the trash, has circled the drain. All right, it's no non-existent, and it's going to create a lot of chaos among the inhabitants of the nations of Edom. All right. Yeah. So there's going to be lots of protests and operas of the people. Operas of the people, sedition and all that stuff, and chaos, 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 chaos. You know, and the colonies will have to break apart, man. All these other nations, they're gonna have to rethink their alliances, their alignment with Esau's dominance. With Esau's agenda. Because there are people gonna have to rise up too. Because they're gonna be fed up. That spirit of exhaustion is overwhelming the people, and they want to be separate from Esau, man. They're tired of living under the thumb of Esau, So now they're looking for a fair shake, just like the Apostle Aramlab always mentioned, man. The nations need a fair shake. Yeah, not under Esau. They just have to wait till the Lord Amashak Yahushua, elevates Yasharala and the Israelites, us, their hopeful elect, to our rightful place. So we'll get another precept. It's going to be from the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 17. And I read verse 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. So, yeah, the EU NATO nations, man, they're gonna have to break their alliance with America sooner or later, man. It's gonna be a fracture. It's gonna be a fracture in the agreement that they've had. They're gonna have to go the other way, man. They have to find their own way because there is no stability when they have the list of the flock using America as the tip of the spear. So now they're gonna have to turn their back and redirect their energy into self-preservation. All right, that's exactly what the beast is always about self-preservation. Okay, so at the end of the day, man, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. All right, it's gonna be a mess. And I read from the book of Obadiah. Real quick, what does it say? All right, Obadiah chapter 1. Yeah, 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Yeah. So all these secret agreements they've had, all these so-called protocols, they've kept under secret for decades. It's gonna be exposed and you know trashed. It's gonna be tarnished. It's gonna be leaked. Then verse 7 says, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. Okay, so that spirit of a vagabond man, spirit of oppression, spirit of dissatisfaction, lack of contentment, it's just gonna go haywire. The spirit of confusion, is gonna cause a lot of chaos and unraveling of Esau's empire. And they're gonna have to you know, betray the cause, betray the alliances that they've been fighting so hard to keep together. So all that, you know, Treaty of Versailles or whatever they want to call it, the Paris Treaty or whatever agreements they've had, they're going to have to abandon it because that's just what is going to happen, man. Because they're going to see that the cost is unbearable. All that Article 5 of of that treaty for NATO, how much is it, Article 5, whatever it is, they're going to have to forget about it. They're going to have to forget about it. It's just what happened, man. It's just what happens when. Yeah, so NATO Article 5 is the cornerstone of the alliance, declaring that an armed attack against one member is an attack against all. So it's not going to go forward this time around, man. I just looked it up on what you call it on Google, in AI mode. So it says, yeah, that's just what it is, man. Collective Defense Pact based on mutual aid requiring unanimous consensus. All right. So despite all the draft that they're going to have here and the so-called congressional or authorization to go to war, it's not going to face these other EU nations to back, the red, white, and blue and the spangled banner, anymore, man. It's just gonna be a different situation, man, because you know how it is, man. They're gonna have to deal with the the big bear, Russia. And Russia is next door to them, much more closer to them than America, man. You know, so any missile attack against those NATO nations, man, is going to be devastating. Because now they've seen what Tel Aviv looks like. They've seen what Gaza looks like. They've seen what Iran looks like. They've seen the devastation in Syria, in Lebanon. Do you think they're going to want that in their nation? So it's going to be a huge problem that they're going to have to see what they can do. So I get one more precept and I wrap it up. So it's going to be from the book of just read Revelation 17 and 16 again. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, so that's just what is going to happen. Verse 17 is for the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakadash had put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. Yeah, so whatever agreement they've acquiesced to, this treaty of NATO, Article 5 is not going to stand when the Most High, pulls the plug on that. Yeah, because remember, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So that rift is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to get deeper. The situation is going to get out of situation. All right. So the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 31, says that a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For the Lord Yahweh Bashim Ashai Bashim Kakadash hath a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked unto the sword, saith the Lord. So that's how messed up it's gonna be, man, for the for the nations of the earth, man. The Lord has to judge them, man. The Most High has to bring them to the battle, the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, And then verse 32 says, Thus said the Lord of hosts, Lord Yahweh Shemashah of hosts, Behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation. And what is that? The missiles, man. Those missiles have to bounce back and forth. They have to bounce back and forth from one end of the earth to the other, from nation to nation. Chaos and famine and destruction, it's just going to be moving rampant, making their rounds around the earth, okay? And the great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coasts of the earth. So it's going to be chaos, man. Tsunamis and earthquakes, whirlwind, weather disasters, man, radiation and clouds. So it's going to be bad, man. It's going to be bad. Yeah, it's going to be bad. Verse 33 says, And the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither guarded nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Yeah, so, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess, upon the earth. As the Lord seeks to exact his judgment upon the nations of this world, man, the nations of the heathen. The Lord has to bring about restitution, for the controversy of Zion, his people. So that's, the short summary of this lesson. Expect more rifts, to come to the forefront. Shalom.